Now we are continuing to provide expert business advice for small businesses to help manage and still grow in these tough times. Joining us is business advisor Catherine Cooke from The Engine and Pam Ford, General Manager Economic Development for Auckland Unlimited, the region's economic and cultural development agency. Hello you two lovely ladies.
Hi, Carly.
Welcome to our living room on a Thursday morning. Nice to see you. Catherine, we know that you work with small businesses as a service provider for the Regional Business Partner Network, or RBP. I understand that this has played a key part in connecting small businesses to help them with support to respond to the impacts of COVID-19.
Absolutely, a very important service, a government service. It's designed to help small and medium businesses grow and innovate. And obviously through COVID they have a massive network. They were able to pivot very, very quickly through the 14 regional partners that they have nationwide. Auckland Unlimited are the Auckland providers covering quite a big region, and they've done a pretty mammoth job, to be frank.
Cool. Pam, how does your agency fit into this picture?
So our agency has a number of roles, but one key one is to support businesses to innovate and thrive. So we have business advisors that in any normal year are always out there giving small businesses advice, connecting them up to providers such as Catherine and many others around the country, around the region. And so this year, I guess, hit with COVID, suddenly that whole program exploded.
Everybody needed some help and
Absolutely.
some advice, and you connected them. That's
We
amazing.
did.
Catherine, how do you work with Auckland Unlimited, the RBP, and businesses seeking support?
By clearly communicating with them on a regular basis, so for them knowing who we are and what we're doing, it's about building trust. It's been a really difficult time, and it's really been important for us to have all hands to the pump, and you know, through that keeping a really positive outlook on things. So if I use one example of one growth advisor, they've phoned me to say, look, I really need to put this person with you, simply because I know they don't just need business support, but they also need the love that goes with the business support. So that's been really crucial, that relationship that we have.
Pam, what has the last 6 months looked like for your team? Madness.
Crazy?
Yeah.
To give you an idea of the size, we have worked with 8,000 businesses since March.
What?
So in sort of March to October, that's 7 times what we would do in a normal year. And to meet that demand, because the government kindly put in $18 million into the Auckland region for the businesses, it meant that our team of usually 10 people, we had to expand that to 55. So we were pulling people in from other parts of the business. The EMA lent us some of their people. We had someone from Heart of the City and the K Road Business Association. So it was all hands on, and then all of the, you know, the back end, all of the systems had to be ready for that, you know, huge number of people that needed support. We ended up putting some of our advisors through some resilience training just so they could deal with some of the calls that Catherine's talking about, people in really desperate need around how will my business continue, what can I do around cash flow, marketing advice or digital advice, those sorts of things. So our growth advisors talk to these people and then connect them into the right people. We also did surveys, we did regular newsletters, and then made sure that the other providers, be it the Chamber, the Pacific Business Trust, the guys at Manaaki, Pat McPhee and Andy Hamilton, and the EMA were all working together and talking, so that it was a real great effort. I think very similar to what we've seen in other parts of the response or recovery through COVID, people coming together wanting to help each other.
And you were helping ensure whatever success businesses could have during these times they could access, and you could help them with those ideas.
And letting them know they're not alone, you know?
Yeah, fundamental.
That's my slogan.
Oh, well, we're aligned.
No wonder you two work together. Catherine, spell out some of the key issues that you've seen for businesses during this year. Finance, cash flow, obviously.
Oh, absolutely, and we've talked about that. I guess COVID was an opportunity, and people might not see it like that, but it really was. A lot of businesses were not ready for any kind of business disruption. And yet New Zealand itself, we've had a disruption, you know, dare I start with the Christchurch earthquake. But what it really meant is it provided an opportunity for businesses to really look at where they were and understand where they weren't, basically. What I mean by that is a lot of people didn't understand the numbers, so they weren't able to make decisions around what to do because they didn't know how far the cash flow would go, because I actually didn't know what cash flow looked like. And then also just the people. Like, you know, did we just close the doors and go home? No, we actually closed the doors and we ring our people at home. We get them on the screen. And that was the most humbling thing, was to be able to have the whole company on a Zoom and go, hey, how's everybody doing? And what do you need? Not just shut the doors and we'll see you in 6 weeks. And we've had John Shackleton on the show. I took him with me.
Mr. Resilience.
Yeah, Mr. Resilience. And he's like, don't worry about what this says. You know, we've got to keep pushing forward, but just be open and honest and transparent. So for me, it's really been an opportunity, and I'm so proud of the hard work and the community that we've actually built through COVID.
Yeah, I reckon networks and communities have just expanded in so many ways this year. Pam, what sort of feedback have you had? I bet you've saved so many businesses, have you, do you think, or helped save?
Well, you know, anything that we can do to help is great. But it's interesting, you know, I got in an Uber the other day and the driver asked where I worked. At that time it was ATED, and nobody knew who ATED was. And he goes, I've just been working with one of your people called Rob, who's helped my film and video business. And I was like, wow. And then at the Pacific Business Awards a few weeks ago, I was sitting next to this fashion designer and retailer, and she said, your growth advisor, Jules, rang me when we went into lockdown and said, you need to get onto a digital way of doing your business. And so I got help through the RBP. And so those sorts of things are amazing.
And absolutely, while the targeted COVID-19 Business Advisory Fund is now gone, Pam, there are still some options for businesses to access support via the RBP, is that correct?
Absolutely. So the RBP still carries on. We still run, the business advisors can talk to people, can look at their business, give them some advice, connect them into the Catherines of the world. And there's all a range of tools and guides and other events and networking opportunities that you can all find on the website.
Wonderful. Sign me up. Catherine, it's the last one of the year. Better give you the last word, eh?
Oh, look, absolutely. Look, I want to go back to you're not alone in business, and the funding, as in co-funding, does still exist. And the best investment that you can do in your business is to get contact with Auckland Unlimited or one of the other growth advisors through the RBP network. Let them guide you through the resources that are available, and be connected to either someone like myself or my other advisors that are out there. So the Engine have a number of advisors, and we'd love to help you. You're not alone. It's
been lovely having you in the last few
months. It's the end of the year.
I know. Have a lovely holiday and festive season if you get a break.
Yes.
Both of
holiday.
you. Always connecting, Catherine.
Exactly.
Great to see both of you, and thanks for coming in today.
Thanks
Carly.
Have a happy Christmas.
Same.
And for more small business advice, you can get in touch with Catherine at theengine.biz, and to contact Auckland Unlimited, head to aucklandnz.com/support crew.